Good morning all. Today we are going to study what is conditional branching and loops. So the subpoints which are to be considered under conditional branching and loops are statement and blocks. We'll be seeing different statements and loops. You can see here if I mention as statements and loops, so this will be as a conditional branching and loops. So if is a statement, right? It is a keyword which we use for programming. Secondly, we have switch statement. Then we have while loop, do while loop, for loop, break, continue, go to, and labels, right? So all these concepts we'll be covering in this point. So before going for all these points, we have a list of category in which these control statements and blocks are being divided. Right, so basically these are divided into 4 different categories. What we call it as decision making statements, selection statements, then we have iteration statements and jump statements, right? So accordingly, we'll try to see all these 4 categories and try to cover all these points related to the programming concept. Right? Now let's see what actually we mean by conditional branching and loops. Right? Considering the very first if statement, you can see this diagram on this side where you will be given a condition, right, for if statement. If it consists of a Boolean expression, right, whatever condition you are going to give in this diamond box, if it is followed by one or more statements, if the condition is true, then the block of code inside the if statement will be executed, right? So depending on this condition, if it satisfies or it is true, it will go to this conditional block and then go for end of program. If the condition is false, it will directly go to the end of your program. It will not execute this conditional code, right? So if Boolean expression, whatever the condition over here is false, the first set of code after the end of the statement will be closed, right? So that means our int main will be exiting if condition is false directly through this line. If it satisfies, it will try to run whatever the conditional code we have given over here, right? So it is assumed that in any in a C programming language, any non-zero and non-null values are assumed as true, right? And if it is 0 or null, it is assumed as false. So this is about if statement. Now let's see a small example of how we can try to implement this if statement in our program. So I'll take a new window for editor and I'll write my problem statement. Okay, now I'll start with the program, that is include stdio.h. I'll take main. I'll take a variable to store a number. I will be taking the input from the user, right? To do that, we use scanf. So we'll ask first the user to enter an integer. Enter an integer. This will be the message printed to the user. So he will be prompted with this cursor blinking on the screen. Then when he enters an integer, we'll take this as an input and store it in the number, integer number. So for that we use scanf. The number is integer, so while taking it from the user, you give it as %d and refer to the variable where to be stored. So for referring, we use ampersand. The variable name where it is to be stored is in number, right? Now this we have taken an integer, whatever it might be, a positive, negative, or a 0. We are going to take it from the user, right, and store it in number. Now we will check a condition by using if statement. If it is less than 0, greater than 0, or equal to 0. So we can only check one condition for single if statement. So my variable name is number, which is less than 0. Now, if this condition satisfied, there must be one message to be printed to the user, else we will be exiting the if block, right? So what I do is I'll write a statement wherein if this condition is true, user will get a message. On the variable number. This block ends. So to see that this scope of if is over, what we'll do is we'll take a printf statement here so that we can understand the execution flow right from this line to this line. Okay. I'll save my program. If statement.c now will execute. It will be asking for the user to enter an integer. Right, we'll check both conditions in positive as well as in negative. So for positive we'll take as 12 and then I'll press enter, right? So this block is not executing. The reason is the number, if the number is less than 0, then this block will be executed. Otherwise it will be directly moving on from scanf to this printf, right? See, if you have not included this line, you would never know what is happening on the screen, right? So that is just for your reference. Now what we'll do is we'll try to execute again and take a minus number. Insert as -12 and then I'll press enter. Now you can see here you entered negative number. We have given a message. This is within this if block, right? So this means that whatever number we have taken from the user through scanf, it is less than 0. That's why it is indicating the block which is being executed here. And finally, it is out of this if scope and printing this statement that if statement block ends here. Okay. So this was all about how if statement works.